I truly believe that getting lean will completely change your life. In this video, I'm going to run you through exactly how I felt at the beginning, sitting at around 95 kg, how I felt during the process, and also how I felt sub 10% shape of my life and how that actually changed me. Because people look at the end result, they look at how I looked when I was sub 10% body fat and they thought that's just always the way he's looked, he's just had it easy. That was honestly not really the case. When I was 2 years old, I had an illness called croup and I had a fear of swallowing foods, which sounds absolutely mental. When I was 2 years old, I was eating all the foods under the sun, but after I had that illness, it completely wiped me. So for years, I could only really eat foods that basically slide down my throat and I didn't actually have to chew them properly. My mum would have to bring cheese spread sandwiches with us to restaurants because I wouldn't eat any of the food. I've now managed to turn that completely around on its head, build a business, stop posting videos on social media, and I'm going to run you through exactly how I did that and how getting lean, getting into the shape of my life completely changed my life and how you can do the exact same thing. So when I started, I was around 95 kg, and I'll be honest, when I show this picture here, it's the only picture I've got. I didn't like pictures being taken of me. My confidence was on the floor. I hated the way I looked. I had just started playing rugby. The nickname that I had in that rugby team was the Silent Assassin because I didn't speak the entire time. Like if you told me to have a conversation with you for 1 minute, that's something that I really struggled with. Being in a change room full of guys and there's people picking on me, they knew I could be pushed around. They knew I wasn't going to fight back. They knew I wasn't going to say anything back in return. And that really cut me deep. And it got that bad that at 18 during COVID, I genuinely didn't think my life was going anywhere. The jobs that I had at that point, I didn't want to go and talk to anyone during the jobs. So I had jobs as a KP, a kitchen porter, cleaning dishes. So I'm thinking, is this going to be my life? I had a lot of negative thoughts all the time. I used to tell myself I was just born that way. That's just the way it was. And I really couldn't change that. And I looked at people on social media and I'll compare myself to other people on social media, especially people in around my age, and goes, oh, why am I not doing this? Why am I not doing that? And that would just sink me even further into a hole. Growing up, I was always into sports, so I was always in kind of decent shape. I had let myself go in terms of using food for comfort. I would even remember going into Asda every single Thursday, picking up a packet of fruit gums, a liter of chocolate milk, and a 5-pack of cookies. And that was just a snack before I went and had my dinner. That was the kind of mindset and that was the kind of habits that I had on a weekly basis. Now I thought it was completely fine because I wasn't looking at myself in the mirror because I hated the way I looked. I wasn't able to look at pictures of myself because I didn't want any pictures taken of me. My confidence was genuinely on the floor and I didn't think it could actually get any worse. And I'll be honest, I have never been the most social of people, which is absolutely mental to believe, right? Because I now post videos on YouTube, on Instagram, I do reels, and I do coaching for a living where I talk to people every single day. So it just shows that it actually can be done. So after that picture was taken, it was actually a family holiday in Portugal. I knew something had to change. So as soon as when I got back, that's when the diet really started. I started really researching, looking on social media. Oh, how can I do this? How can I do that? The motivation was sky high. In them first couple of weeks, I was making a lot of progress. My diet was completely locked in. The training was locked in. I was so driven, so determined to run away from that life and kind of think, oh, I've actually got something here. And it gave me that drive. It gave me that motivation that, oh, maybe there is actually something here. In them first 8 weeks, I dropped 12 kilos and things were absolutely flying. And this is where I started getting a little bit more attention. This is where people started saying to me, oh, Jack, you look a little bit better. Whoa, what have you done? Oh, you've lost so much weight. Oh, well done. This is unbelievable. This was the first time in my life where I was getting a bit of praise, where people were actually noticing me and going, give me a few compliments. And I actually felt noticed. I actually felt seen, which was very rare for me. This is a very tough spot to be in because you are making the progress, because you're doing things right. It's very easy to become comfortable, and that's exactly what I did. I got comfortable because I got a bit of progress, but I wasn't exactly in the shape that I wanted to be in. I wasn't exactly in amazing shape. I knew there was more there because I was getting these compliments, because people were telling me how good I was doing. I lacked a little bit on the diet. I lacked a little bit with the training. A few skip gym sessions here, a few kind of missed meals here. Oh, that'd be fine. I ended up kind of stalling a little bit for a few months, and I actually ended up gaining a bit of the weight back. I ended up going up around 4 or 5 kilos. But this is where the crossroads that happen with a lot of people. Some people see a lot of progress really early on, and then they get comfortable with that. I had a decision to make. I was either gonna be happy with the progress that I've made and just stick with it, or I need to change something here and lock back in. So when I looked myself in the mirror again, I thought, I want to see my abs. That's been my dream. I want to see the abs come through because I've grown up as a kid that's overweight their entire life. Being able to see your abs is honestly the biggest dream. Having that bicep vein coming down your arm is honestly my number one dream. And I actually put it down to this moment right here did completely change my life, because I decided to lock in with my training. I decided to lock in with my diet. No skip meals, no skip gym sessions. I was getting my steps in. And that was really the turning point for me, because that is where I got down to this condition. And after that, oh my God, seeing the first ever bicep vein running down my arm, there was genuinely, boys, a tear running down my eye of someone that spent their entire life worrying about what other people thought of them, literally rolling t-shirts, readjusting t-shirts the entire time, making sure clothes fit me. There was actually a time where I was in a change room full of guys, taking my top off, and someone just turned around, pointed at me, started laughing at me because there was rolls from sitting down on my stomach, and that was generally one of the worst moments of my entire life. To then see a bicep vein run down my arm and to see my abs honestly gave me a different level of confidence. I would walk around completely different. I'd walk around chest up. I had that confidence, I had that energy that other people wanted to be around, because more people wanted to be around me, because I had that energy of someone that has something about them, because they take one look at me and they go, oh, instantly got more respect. And hands down, the biggest difference that I've seen in myself since getting lean is the way I carry myself. It's the way I walk around. I used to walk around with my head on the ground. I would never look up at anyone. I'd never smile at anyone when I was walking past them, because I was that embarrassed on what they thought of me, what I looked like. But now, since getting in shape, I'll smile at people, I'll say hi to people when I walk past them. It's given me that first initial bit of confidence. And if you asked anyone that I knew growing up that this is what I'd be doing, I'd be posting videos, I've started a coaching business, they would have straight up just laughed in your face. And there's one thing that a lot of people talk about when it comes to getting into the gym, and that is the female attention that you get. A lot of people call it a myth. Some people say it's true, some people call it a myth. In my opinion, it isn't the game-changing thing that people do say that it is. You definitely do get more attention.
Are you sure about that?
And you get better quality attention. You have built habits, you've built mental habits, discipline, hard work. They are attractive qualities. They do make you desirable to someone else, and you will be able to attract a better partner based on how you look, because it gives you that foundation. Someone that is in shape is sure of themselves. It's obviously not mind-blowing. It's not like you get in shape and suddenly there's a flock of girls around you and just like, oh, how did you do that? How did you get them biceps? That isn't really the way that it works. But if you had to ask them, I guarantee someone that is in shape versus someone who is out of shape, they're going to pick the person that is in shape. And I'm not saying that getting shape is just like the magic pill to life, and you're going to do this and all these girls are going to come and speak to you, and you're going to be able to talk to all these different people, and you're going to be able to set up new businesses, and that's your life completely changed. It is the foundation. That's what you build it on. I've built so much of my, say, quote unquote success and what I've done in my life so far off my physique. And that isn't because I've built like a fitness business. You can take this into any area of your life. I've always said this, it is the gateway drug to success. People will notice you more. They'll respect you a lot more. You walk into a business deal, you walk into any sort of social situation and you're sat there in shape, you instantly get more respect. That is just the way the world works. It is. People will respect you a lot more when you get in shape. Do you want to be the dad that's at the school gates that all the kids are going, oh, look at my dad. My dad's like, it looks like a fucking superhero. Or the one that goes, he's just like every other dad in the entire world. Average person, average looking. Which one's gonna light you up a lot more? And which one's gonna light your kids up a lot more? Going, oh, that's my dad. My dad can do this. Look at the shit my dad's in. And they're gonna boasting to you about you. Is that not just like the best feeling in the entire world? I can't wait for the day that happens with me. And I guarantee if you want to have that self-respect for yourself and you want to set the example, be a leader for your kids as well, then getting lean is going to be the first thing. Because the first thing that I looked into when I wanted to be quote unquote successful is just having money, making money, and I want to make all this money in the world. And they tell you money doesn't make you happy, and you see all these millionaires that are depressed, and you think, well, why are they depressed? They've got all the money. They haven't built their foundation off their physique. They don't look very, very good. People are just attracted to them because of their money. They only want to be with them because of their money, not with the way they look, not with the way they are, the way they carry themselves, the way they act as well. Like if you took two people, one person getting out of a sports car that is not in shape at all, and another person that's in a Ford Vauxhall Corsa, in shape, walking out, who's going to get more respect? Maybe from people that are shallow and they idolize having material wealth. They might look at that guy and goes, oh, he's definitely made it. But if it was me looking at someone, I would go with the person that is in shape. They're the person that has their head screwed on and they know exactly what's going on. You can also get yourself in shape and do the exact same thing like that, but live a more fulfilled and more purposeful life because of that, because you're going to be healthier, you're going to live longer, you're going to be a better person to be around as well, because you're going to have better energy, you're going to have more vibration going on, and more people are going to be attracted to you as well, which is exactly why I help people do exactly that. I've taken hundreds of guys through the exact same process that I've done myself and helped them change their life. I'm going to be completely honest, it is the best job in the entire world, and I wouldn't change it for the world. And I'm very, very grateful to do what I do. And if you are someone that has tried so hard to get in shape, you're following the mainstream kind of fitness advice of going to the gym 5-6 days a week, eating chicken, broccoli and rice, eating your protein powder, having protein shakes, and nothing seems to be working for you, it just seems to be something kind of missing, then use the link below to book in a call with me and we'll get you sorted. Now, I really do hope that I have convinced you that getting lean can completely change your life. And it's only going to happen when you make one decision. That one decision is taking the action. Taking the action, saying you are going to do it, being a man of your word and doing what you said you were going to do. Turn up to the gym when you said you were going to. Eating that meal when you said you were going to do that. Not sitting there scrolling your phone when you said you were going to go to the gym, when you were going to go out for them walk and get your steps in. And that is when you can change your life. Hopefully you found that video useful. Hit like, hit subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Have a good one.